Ayo. Ayo, Flow Chat. Welcome to a Flowcat stream. I made that up all by myself. Wow. Anyway, sorry, the music's a little loud for me. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Let me turn it up for you guys just a smidge so you can hear it. Well, afternoon, exactly. So, all right. I just woke up pretty much recently, like not too long ago, little under an hour ago. So anyway, Sucro Supreme, welcome. Warrior Cats, King Flame Nat, welcome everybody that's popping in. I appreciate you guys being here. Okay, normally I watch the oh, am I getting buffering? Are you guys getting any stream lag? Because I'm seeing buffering on my stream preview. And I've been having some internet problems the past couple days. Is everything okay? Oh boy. It's lagging. Hold on. Is it still lagging? Okay, let me one second. Emperor Stev, welcome. There's a bit of lag. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me exit out of a couple things and see if it helps. I'm just gonna exit out of Genshin for right now. What happened to the camera? Okay, I'm gonna refresh. 1 second. Oops. I accidentally hit enter, but I'm gonna restart stream or refresh it. 1 second. Okay. I refreshed my stream and I exited out of Genshin. I exited out of everything that was using internet. Is it any better? Or is it still choppy and crappy? I'm waiting to see. Sorry for the delay, guys. I want to get into the stream. Just started the stream. You didn't stream the patch live stream. No, I'm going to. But normally I wake up at the butt crack of dawn. Because, like, you guys got to understand that these live stream patch updates are, like, ridiculous. They're ridiculous, okay? They're like 8 in the morning for me. And that's really early for me. So, especially to stream it, you know what I mean? Like to get in front of a camera after rolling out of bed. So anyway, yesterday was Thanksgiving and I just realized, I was like, I'm not gonna get up that early. It's still slightly choppy. Okay, the error just went away. It's fine now. It was just a little bit of lag a second before. Okay, I apologize if there's any stream lag during this stream. I've been having internet problems the past couple days. I pay over $100 a month for internet. And this is why monopolies make me really angry, because they don't have to provide a good service. Like the internet provider in my area is the only internet provider in my area. So they don't have to provide a good service. We have to give them our money if we want internet. And it's just the most frustrating crap ever because, like, yeah, I have like their fastest internet or whatever. I pay over $100 a month and I consistently have problems with streaming with like consistent internet. I have to reset my router all the time. Sorry, I had to rant for a second there. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and like the stream. I'm gonna talk about a couple things that I am looking forward to see. Time to waste this thing. Nice. 8 months. That's nice. Thank you, Steph. You've been around for a while. A long while. Even though Steph pretty much is just like a huge Lost Ark player now. I got Stev into Lost Ark and then I quit and Stev is just like so into it. Along with like Natsu, like House and Zoe. They just hang out in the Lost Ark channel like all day and chat and play Lost Ark. Which is cool, I'm glad that people still enjoy the game even though I'm not playing the game. Like I was a little bit worried that once I quit the game, you guys would just like give up too, even though you guys were enjoying it. But I just couldn't keep up with it. It was just too much for me. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the game still, because it is a good game. It's just not my kind of game, really. Too grindy. Too grindy. Look what you did to me. I just bought a $100 pack yesterday. Oh no. Hey, you can't blame that on me. The real question is who lost that arc? Your paladin looks sick now. Well, that's good. That's good. They do have some fun skins in that game. Good stuff there. Okay. So we're gonna talk about my predictions for the patch and kind of like my thoughts, what I would like to see, that kind of stuff, what I'm thinking about with Skara and Faruzan and potential other banners. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like some brief things I've been thinking about, and then we'll go ahead and watch the whole thing. And now the beauty of it is because we're not watching it live, I can pause it, we can talk about stuff. So when things happen, I know all of you have probably watched the live stream. Okay, you probably all watched the premiere of it. I'm happy for you. We can stop and pause and talk about stuff when it happens in the live stream and stuff like that. Kay is excited for Skara. You're gonna triple crown? All right, let me pull up YouTube. So I'm thinking that it would be a very fun. Also, please do not spoil anything for me. I know all of you have watched it already, but please do not say anything specific. You watched it twice. Is it still premiering? No, it's not. Okay, cool.
Hey, traveler.
Oh. Calm down, Max Middleman, aka Arataki Ito. If the mats I found are correct, I've already gotten everything to Max Skara. That's funny. Oh, cool. Let me get full screen here on this. All right. Oh wait, I gotta like the video first. Oh, I already did. Okay. So that's Matt there. That's full screen. Okay. I would like to see Faruzan and Skara. Skara, I'm guessing, is gonna be like an Anemo DPS of some kind. I don't think he's gonna be a support. I think Faruzan's gonna be an Anemo specific support, which is really sad for me because I'm probably gonna want to pull her. I will admit, I saw King Flame up there say, Jimo, welcome. Oh my gosh, happy to see ya. Hope you're having a great day. I'm excited to watch this freaking patch update live stream. I saw King Flame said something about new sets, so now I'm aware that there are new artifact sets, so we will go over that in a live stream. Other than that, I would expect to see the card get. Oh my gosh, we're getting TCG this patch. Oh gosh, I have so many things I'm excited to learn about TCG. I'm really excited to learn about TCG. I've been thinking about TCG for the past like week or two, and I realized there's so many things that they could do with it that would just, even for people that aren't like into card games like me, would make me into it. If they did like character voice lines when you're playing again, like my guess is that we're gonna play against characters in the game, and maybe there'll be like voice lines and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to talk too much about it now because they probably talked about it in the live stream, and maybe I'm wrong. But I'm just very excited for the potential of this card game. If they put a lot of effort into it and they build into the lore, they build into like character voice lines when we're dueling characters, stuff like that, it could be such a fun interactive thing for solo and for co-op. Like, I'm excited. I might even get into card games because of this. Like this card game specifically though. I don't know if I'll ever play like Yu-Gi-Oh or anything. All right guys, I'm gonna turn off my music. I didn't watch earlier on Twitch. No, yesterday we celebrated Thanksgiving here in the USA. We celebrated Thanksgiving. Normally I do wake up at like 8 in the morning for me to watch the live stream because that's when it premieres at like 8 in the morning for me. But the day after Thanksgiving, I was in like an extended food coma and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could barely get up now for this. I ate so much food yesterday. I feel like I'm gonna spend all day on the toilet, to be totally honest with you. All right, guys, let me jump over to my other screen here. Man, ate too much turkey. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I like turkey, but for me, what really gets me is the mashed potatoes and corn casserole. Oh my gosh, I love me some corn casserole. I'll tell you what. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. Hold on. How do we? We don't want that. Okay. We don't want that. We want that. This is why Stream Decks. Mashed potatoes are god tier. Yes. And I almost ate too much. Someone brought over spinach artichoke dip. My aunt brought over spinach artichoke dip, which is really hard to say, but is also extremely delicious. And they had a veggie tray, and I ate so many sticks of celery and carrots with spinach artichoke dip. And then we had pie afterwards. Oh my, I could go on and on. We ate for days. I'm still looking for this thing. There it is. And then why is this so big? Oops. What? Oh, I gotta find the edges of it. There it is. Here, I'll probably move myself down in the corner. It's just a little easier to have it spread out for the... Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right, enough about eating a bunch of food. You guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. I've been ready for this. Let's go. All right, I'll try to mix the audio as I go here. It might not be right at first.
Hey, traveler, what a surprise! I didn't expect to see you here. I bet you didn't waste any time as soon as you heard that Inazuma was organizing a test of courage event, right? Huh? I know you. Oh, what am I doing?
There we go.
Well,
hey, Big Red.
Obviously, I'm here scouting out the place. I've been investigating the area, and I've already figured out all the plans for the event.
Heck
of course,
yeah.
I can tell you all the details. We're practically family. I'm Max Middleman, and this is the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. Let's roll the version 3.3 trailer.
Okay. Oh god, these are so intense every time.
A friendly word of advice. Test of courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories. So please, be sure to exercise caution.
Oh jeez, crap. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
Scared?
Thanks, Ito.
Who goes there?
So, is there really a ghost around here? Why this time I have a feeling that it's staring right at us?
Are you talking to me?
What? We're getting a ghost story?
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore. Dottore! In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Whoa.
Squall Fury!
Whoa!
You dare to gaze upon me?
What? Excuse me. Oh, okay, Farzan.
Dare to mess with me?
Yeah, his theme is sick. Whoa, she uses a bow?
Too late for regret.
Oh, I knew she was gonna have, like, robots.
Have fun with this gift.
Scaramouche, the mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
What the heck? I have so many questions. Okay. We can... We don't have to. Okay, I already posted all the redemption codes on our Discord. So the Discord link is pinned in the chat. If you're not in there, go ahead and join. We have a lot of friendly people. We talk about Genshin, other games as well. All the codes are in there. Holy crap, dude. Okay, Scarra's theme is so good. I like almost want to go back and rewatch it for that. And his burst, you dare gaze upon me? That was sick. Oh my god. We're just gonna skip this part. Whew. I'm already sweating. Obviously that didn't really explain anything. I have a lot of story questions. Okay, so like it kind of seems like Dotori is the puppet master. Pun intended, right? Like Dotori was pulling Scarra's strings and kind of guiding him along in this path towards godhood, because as we learned, Dotori just wanted to know what would happen. Dotori was just curious what would happen. He doesn't actually really care about anything other than just like novelty and seeing what happens when he does fun things with science, I guess. And by fun, I mean torture. And so it sort of seems like Scarra realizes it's like, you know, realizing that he's been a puppet in this plan. He's not really like, Scarra thought that he was a god on his own terms, but he was only a god on Dotori's term. And so I think that he's going to learn a lot about that in himself. And that seems really interesting. I'm not even a big Scarra fan, but this could be a really good source of character development. Also, the fact that he has a vision now, I'm wondering, are we going to see him get the vision? That would be sick. Okay. It should be almost over. Wait, didn't I skip? Yeah.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. I'm your host, Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of Lumine in Genshin Impact. And today I'm joined by...
Oh gosh.
Max, the one and only middleman, voice of the one and only Arataki.
I don't know where to put myself here. I'll just
And
go
I'm
over here.
Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now, travelers have only known me as Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm super excited to have the chance to share some upcoming content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
I love Max Middleman.
Yeah.
I love when they have
Dude,
him
I'm
on
just
these.
super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's, backstory. I'm super excited about it, for reals.
Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of that,
It's so weird. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause probably more than a couple times. I love. It's so weird hearing Scarra's voice when he's not Scarra. Well, he's not like a crazy, sarcastic maniac. You know what I mean?
following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest Interlude chapter, Inversion of Genesis. There is so much to learn in this quest.
We get an
So I hope
interlude chapter?
everyone checks it out.
Oh, come on, man. You
That's
can't just leave everyone
awesome.
hanging like that. How about some hints? Come on, please. Please.
All right. How can I say no to a cute chibi Ito?
You can't.
Here's a little preview from the quest.
Oh.
We ran into two people at the academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, well, come on.
Wait, why are they talking about Tatarasuna?
Come on.
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking sharp.
Heck yeah, always. No, right. And at this point, he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in
Yes.
version 3.3, so let's talk about that. I'm sure many of our viewers are curious about his talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing.
Ready.
Let's have a look at the Wanderer
you.
in combat. There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence. The wind rises.
He gets to fly.
Bow your head.
Don't do this to me, Hoyo. Don't do this to me.
All right, Patrick,
Please.
you're up. Help introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo-vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged normal attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's wind blade, though.
Oh, you can see his
So, as
weapon there.
everyone probably already noticed, the Wanderer can hover in the air when he casts his
No.
elemental skill. Upon
No.
using his elemental skill, he will first
No.
deal AoE damage before leaping into the air
No.
and entering a hovering state.
Don't do this to me.
So, while hovering,
Please.
the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will
No.
be converted into Kugo, Fushudan, and Kugu Tofukai, respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE will
no.
be increased. Their damage
No.
will be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively. Also, Kugu Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain hovering for a certain duration.
That looks so cool.
Awesome! He can fly!
I hate my life.
I know, right? But he can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes Kuguryoku points to maintain his hovering
Oh,
state, which
he
is
has
the
like a
blue meter you see on the
He
screen.
has a special
Even
stamina
if
bar.
he doesn't move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku points.
You can glide right
Okay.
after.
So this mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina. So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption to maintain speed. So this effect will replace his default sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay,
This is so
travelers
cool.
will need to plan their actions while hovering.
Exactly. So with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when
Yeah, I can pause. So I'm gonna pause. Princess Peach brought up a good point. Venti really got the short end of the stick in terms of movement, despite being the Archon. Yeah, I mean, like, you could argue that Venti can help other people float. Like, he can make other people do plunge attacks because his is like a persistent off-field thing. But also, like, it takes forever for Venti to use his hold E. Like, does anyone actually feel like you can pull off his hold E, like, in a rotation without it taking a billion years? Like, I don't know. This is crazy. This is insane. Guys, they're making me want to pull Scar.
casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo,
Also, I am 100% sure that, do you want to know what his C6 is going to be? Scar's C6 is going to be like, you now get double the flight points. So, and then everyone that wants to fly forever is going to be like C6ing. Or maybe they'll put that as a C2. What if his C2 or C1 is like y'all can fly for so long. Okay.
or Electro, that instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff effect depending on which element was contacted. So,
What?
for example, increasing his Kugaryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs simultaneously.
What?
Ooh.
It's like
look, check.
this is like reverse Kazuha. It's like instead of Kazuha giving buffs to everyone else, it's like Skara giving buffs to himself. This is awesome. It's like he's the most selfish animo character ever. And he's actually a hyper carry, which is the most selfish role in the game. And he has selfish buffs. It's just like, it fits him so well.
Check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. So travelers will be able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently has.
I
Oh my
like
God,
that.
that's so
it's
cool.
helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in
Where's
a
his
hovering
hat?
state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint
Why does the hat vanish when he flies?
midair without consuming Kugaryoku points. Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh, dope. I'm sure extra buff effects like that will go a long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate when that buff effect is triggered.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool. I love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
All right, this brings us to the Wanderer's Elemental Burst.
Sweet.
Yay!
So, check this out. Upon unleashing his burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy. So, travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is completed.
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
I know, and it actually suits his character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes. This is an interesting one. The Wanderer can decrease the Mora required when ascending bows and catalysts.
Hey now, you can never complain about saving Mora.
I'm gonna pull him.
Am I right?
Okay,
Huh?
that's true. All right, now that we've seen the Wanderer, let's move on to the next new character. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yay!
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Farozan. Then I'll see if I can pick that up.
Oh, that's a cool idol animation. I love her design so much. I'm not gonna lie. 90% of what makes me want to pull on this banner is Faruzan, because her design is so cool. I'm also thinking she's gonna be an Animo support, which is like, you guys know me, I love Animo.
What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Farozan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
Oh,
She
sounds
sounds sassy.
I know.
and smart too.
She seems so awesome.
She's fun.
I wonder what her skirt's made
I
out
know,
of.
her design is so cool and
Is
really
she, like-
detailed.
Is she like official? Is this like official thing? Where she like, because it says a researcher from 100 years ago in quotations, she enjoys self-identifying as everyone's senior and has significant knowledge of ancient scripts and machines of all kind. I kind of feel like she's low-key like another official character where she's like role-playing all the time.
I love it.
So even though she looks super young, she's actually an old person? Like, where's my teeth?
Well, she's not
Hey,
that old.
Card.
I
Oh,
don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Faruzan's age is probably still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
Mm-hmm. But let's call him the Wanderer, Sarah.
Okay, you know who I
Wanderer.
meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right, yeah, no, and speaking of age, isn't the Traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
Mm-hmm, that's true. It looks like all of our characters are intriguing, but it's safe to say that Faruzan is way older than most people in Teyvat. Faruzan works in the Academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So I bet everyone out there is wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed
Is
with
she a
long
robot?
life, you know?
Is she like a human
Klee?
puppet?
No, she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well, maybe not so typical. About 100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries. The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty amazing.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years.
What?
She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Can you imagine being trapped in a puzzle for 100 years? Wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century?
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular
Thanks,
after 100
Sucrose.
years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
That sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered
Okay.
her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Let's do it.
Fight.
Okay, so she's actually old. Sort of.
100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the Academia. Dare to mess with me?
Okay. Okay, so there's some
Have fun with this gift!
Okay. So you use the skill, and then you shoot the skill, and then you pop her burst.
I love all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's so
crazy.
much geometry, and
I
I
like
took
it too.
geometry.
It looks so cool.
Oh yeah.
So Faruzan is an
Thanks.
animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the usual bow attacks you'd expect from a bow user, so there's not too much to say about that. But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to enemies. After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that creates a vortex, pulling nearby objects and opponents in.
Oh, nice. So she
Okay.
can clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to group them all together. I'll have to see who wants to try that with me.
Oh, okay. So they.
After unlocking the talent Impetuous Flow, the time required for fully charging Faruzan's next shot will
It works with Klee's bombs. Venti gets screwed, man. Like.
be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target
What-
enemy's animo resistance. The time required for fully charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target enemy's animo resistance. After unlocking the talent Impetuous Flow, the time required for fully charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target enemy's animo resistance.
They just had to. I can't skip this. I can't skip this banner. I can't skip the banner. I just can't.
In her elemental burst, she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its duration, the dazzling polyhedron will continuously move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute she's here, the next she's probably gone for 100 years.
Hey.
Even Sino's jokes are funnier than that.
It was pretty
Right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed.
These whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed.
Hoyo. You hate me. You hate me, Hoyo. You won't let me skip. Okay, so yes, all of us Animo fanboys are eating good, but the problem is I was planning on skipping.
The effective range of this buff is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse itself, so there's no need to go chasing the polyhedron.
Okay.
After unlocking her talent, Lost Wisdom of the Seven Caverns, when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental
Not even for Zhao, but like Kazuha, Heizo, you know, like I use a lot of Animo units.
skills or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I know I've been doing a stick where I'm like rewinding, but
or elemental bursts to deal animo damage
crap.
to her talent, Lost Wisdom of the Seven Caverns. When a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect...
Oh my gosh! She's like Bennett for Animo. No! Well, I mean, yes, but no! I mean, yes!
can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be the solid support.
Yeah.
Totally! And as a researcher of mechanics and puzzles, Faruzan has taken it upon herself to explore many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru.
Oh,
Her
okay.
exploration talent reflects this, and she gains more rewards when dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
I'm sure no other mentor in Haravatat has 100 years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's pretty hard to beat. So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
That is a good question. Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes. In the early part of version 3.3, the Wanderer and Arataki Ito will be available via their own event wishes.
Okay.
Faruzan will also be making her debut in these event wishes. In the later part of version 3,
Imagine pulling for Ito and getting Faruzan. That's a little weird, isn't it? Goro is obviously going to be on Ito's banner too. But that actually makes... Wait, that means Goro's going to be on both banners. Probably. Right? And then Raiden and Ayato?
3.3, we'll be seeing rerun event wishes for both the Raiden Shogun and Kamisato Ayato. And last but not least, the new 5-star catalyst, Tule Tula's Remembrance, will be appearing in a new weapon event wish.
And that's not all. In version 3.3, 2 brand new artifact series will become available. So travelers should be sure to check out the corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
Oh, yes.
I hope travelers will have...
I saw Animo damage, and I knew. Hold on. Animo damage bonus. When charged attacks hit opponents, the equipping character's normal attack speed will increase by 10%, while normal charge and plunging attack damage will increase by 40%. For 15 seconds. Wait, didn't Zhao just get a new set? Is this set going to be better for Zhao than Zhao's set? Or not? I'll let the theory crafters figure that one out. Zhao is the artifact archon. Yeah, you just use whatever, I guess. Flower of Paradise Lost. Increase elemental mastery by 80. And this is going to be interesting. What is this one? The equipping character's bloom, hyper bloom, bursion reaction damage are increased by 40%. Additionally, after the equipping character triggers bloom, hyper bloom, or bursion, they will gain another 25% of bonus to the effect mentioned prior. Each stack of this lasts 10 seconds, max 4 stacks. This effect can only be triggered once per second. The character who equips this can still trigger its effects when not on field. That's confusing. Is this a Nilou set? This one down here, is this like a Nilou set? Maybe this purple one, maybe this is going to be for Dia too. You think? Want to be good for C6 DPS Kazuha too? Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Of course, of course. It's just that, like, so, okay, so here's what I'm thinking, okay? Here's what I'm thinking. Because Viridescent Venerer is really important, okay? Viridescent Venerer is a very important artifact set for damage. What it kind of looks like is this artifact set right here is for double Anemo. So basically what I'm saying is, like, you will put Faruzan on Viridescent Venerer, and then you're going to put Zhao on this set, or Kazuha on this set, or Heizo on this set, or whoever. Like, whoever your Anemo DPS, Skara, like Wanderer. Whoever your Anemo DPS is, they're going to take this set, and then you're going to have a secondary Anemo unit with Viridescent Venerer, which could even be like Jean. You could even use Jean. But the thing is that Faruzan is going to provide so much damage for Anemo. Mono Anemo? I mean, I guess you could do mono Anemo. Like, if you did, like, Wanderer, Faruzan, Jean, and a flex slot, that would probably work out. Like, you could do Faruzan, Skara, Jean, and Yelan. Boom. That's a good team comp right there. And that would actually work out well with this artifact set stuff. VV doesn't debuff Anemo resistance, does it? No, it doesn't, but you still want it because you're not going to have mono Anemo. I don't recommend running mono Anemo. The reason why you shouldn't run mono Anemo is because you need elements to swirl. You need them. Like, you can do a lot of mono Anemo damage, but swirling is also an important part of that damage. And in my opinion, if there's no element to swirl, you are losing a lot of damage. Like, a lot. It's like if I'm playing my Sino without Hyper Bloom. You know what I mean? It just takes away so much of the damage. So what I would actually, DPS Sucrose, you could actually do DPS Sucrose with this. Like, you can. But the point is, this is like Gilded Dreams, right? So, like, you have that one set that shreds Dendro resistance, and then you have the other set for your DPS, your Dendro DPS. So, like, I have Kuki on Deepwood Memories, and then I have Tignari on Gilded Dreams. Well, actually, Tignari's still on Wanderer's Troop, but he's going to be on Gilded Dreams eventually. So this is like the same thing, but with Anemo, and that's actually really cool. It's like they tested it out against, yeah, only works against multiple element slimes. Yeah, like, I don't think mono teams work really well most of the time. I think, like, mono Geo is probably the best mono team, but even then, it does run into issues. I mean, you know, any mono team runs into issues because you have to think about, like, getting roadblocked. Like, if you're running a Geo team and a mono Geo team and you run up against a bunch of Geo enemies, like, are you just gonna, like, auto attack outside of Ito's burst? You know, like, it just, you want to think about, how am I going to get past that situation where I'm going to hit a big roadblock? And I think doing that, like, thinking about that is smart. Having a little bit of diversity in your team so that you don't just get screwed is good. When we all want Pavilion, but we all get that Paradise Lost. Funny. You question my Mono Geo? No. It's just a personal preference. I just personally hate those feelings when you're like busting through Abyss and then you hit an enemy that you just can't damage. And you're like, oh crap. I guess I'm gonna have to like whittle away at it forever. You know what I mean? Like that's just personally, I hate that. So I always try to build my teams so that I know that I can basically just go through the entire Abyss without like having to swap out characters or like worry about hitting like invulnerabilities. Okay.
Fun experimenting and trying new combinations with these.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already talked about a ton of new content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Roll out the code.
Woohoo!
So funny that they just did that because we're gonna skip it again. I have all. Oh, that's really cool art. I have all these codes in the Discord server already, and you're more than welcome to get them and all that stuff. You know what? People have been talking about how Ito is less buff than Alhaitham. And I'm not gonna lie, I prescribe to the fact that Ito is like a teenager, and teenagers aren't ripped. They're just strong because they have like kid vitality where they can just do anything they want because they just decide to or whatever. But anyway, these codes are in our Discord. Please join if you wanna snag them, or if you probably already have them. You know what I mean? All right. A spooky event in No Hotel Satch. It's okay. I don't think that she has to be involved with every single spooky event, especially if it would have been like, if they would have had to have forced it, you know what I mean? Like, why would she be in Inazuma doing this stuff? Like, I don't know. I think it makes sense to not force it, you know? Besides, having Ito involved with it is kind of cute. Okay.
Welcome back to the version 3.3 special program. Okay,
Whoa,
Patrick.
what? Is that like an umbrella sword? Oh, that's actually really cool. Oh, that's cool.
What do we have next?
So next, we'll be covering the upcoming events for the new version.
That's right. We've already mentioned the Test of Courage event, and
Oh, is that a claymore?
I'm sure plenty of you were wondering
It looks
about
like a
that,
sword.
so let's start there.
Aha! You must be here to participate in the Test of Courage. I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up. Some strange and unusual things may occur along the way. If you ever feel you can't handle it, you may withdraw from the event at any time. This is your last chance. I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Test of Courage. Enter at your own risk.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test of courage, so I'm sure there'll be some scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right. Word has it that if you walk around the Test of Courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction. Basically, travelers will have to control a bouncing bar to bounce a ball and use skill ball effects to break as many bricks as possible.
Okay,
Oh my
liking
gosh.
this one seems pretty straightforward.
During
Oh my
the game,
gosh.
travelers will be able to
I
trigger
love these
elemental
brick breaker
reactions
games,
to
I'm
break
not
bricks
gonna
more
lie.
effectively.
Nice! It even has elemental reactions.
Yeah, we can control the character to move the bar. When the character we're using is either pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters, you can change the element of the bar.
Okay, all the pieces are falling in place now. The bar can infuse a certain element, and the blocks also have their own elements.
Oh
so
my God,
causing
it's-
a skill ball
it's got
of one
all the
element
power-ups.
to hit blocks of different elements will trigger elemental reactions. There, how'd I do?
Yep, you nailed it. The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element and it hits the bar, it will also trigger a reaction, causing the skill ball to have some additional effects.
That's really cool.
When preparing your team, you can equip modifiers to receive various buff effects, which will help you
No, this
successfully
looks
clear
so
the challenge.
cool.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there are less
That's
than a certain
awesome.
amount of bricks on the board, and the ball lands another hit, the bar will unleash fireworks.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's like a bonus attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use their points to exchange for rewards in the
I love
event
how
shop,
character
correct?
swapping
That's
is a
right.
part of it.
Also, travelers will have the option of teaming
Wait.
up and playing the event together in co-op mode.
Oh, looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, in addition to this minigame,
Oh,
the
man.
Test of Courage storyline will also contain more challenges. Travelers will even have a chance to meet with some good friends again, so be sure to check out this new event. All right, let's move on to our next event.
Okay, so next up, we have a race event called Across the Wilderness.
Oh, I don't like
Your
races so
objective,
much.
collecting balloons.
Oh?
I don't know, seems like the Wanderer's abilities might come in real handy
Oh
here.
my.
I know,
You
right?
gotta be
So,
kidding me.
in this event, each stage will have wilderness balloons scattered all around. Travelers will need to find as many wilderness balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasingly better rewards. So during the challenge,
Where's Chibi Zach Aguilar? There's Sarah's right here. What are you talking about? It's Lumine's turn.
travelers will be able to utilize their character's skills and talents. So it'll be important to assemble the right team depending on the traits and
Wanderer.
terrain of the challenge area.
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, so travelers can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which include enhanced jumping capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you can only claim one buff during each challenge. You must consume blessed energy to use the compass and gain the
Yeah,
selected buff.
Kazuha and Zhao be
You may
OP
charge
too.
the compass up by finding wilderness balloons or interacting with blessed energy in the challenge. Or you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Yo, this event looks pretty crazy. It's almost like watching parkour.
Yeah, there are two different kinds of wilderness balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons. The other kind is sonar balloons, which will cause several harvest balloons to appear around you for a set amount of time.
They haven't even talked about TCG yet, right? That's coming this patch, right? Also, I just wanted to say, can someone type in chat like what characters are going to use that Lost Paradise set? Like I think Nilou, right? Like that's obvious. Nilou. Who else is going to use it? Like I think Dia will probably use it. But just anyone else have any thoughts?
That's awesome.
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the conditions and terrain
Toma.
of each
Good
stage
point, Toma.
to come up with the best way to complete it. Also, travelers may team up in co-op mode for challenges.
Ooh, more chances to play together. I love it.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's move on to our next event.
Everyone's favorite game of hide and seek is
Oh shoot, we're getting Wind Trace back. Wind Trace is one of the funnest streaming games ever. Like, I love Wind Trace. That's gonna be so fun. Oh, and all the new Genshin players who haven't done Wind Trace yet. Oh, I love it. Xinyan EM build. Interesting. Anyone that can use Dendo reaction. Well, see, that's what I was thinking about. Like, okay, my Sino does Hyper Bloom, but I still think Gilded Dreams would be better for Sino. But that is really his set. You know what I mean? So maybe it's for like non-Sino. Yeah, okay.
back with the Wind Trace event. And of course, this is going to be another co-op event, and I, for one, am super excited for it.
There's nothing like a good co-op. Many of you might already be familiar with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect to see this time around. We can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players either hide or seek. And then...
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there who've never seen this event before. So why don't you start with some of the basics?
Right, good point. Okay, let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into 2 different sides, the Rebels and the Hunter. You will need to use skills and master the art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the hunter is to capture all the rebels, while the rebels run or use other means to keep themselves from getting caught by the hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So what else you got for us?
Well, some travelers may remember playing as the rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing. But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match even in observer mode.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the illusory beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse the hunter. If your beacon successfully tricks the hunter and is destroyed, then the hunter will suffer an obscured vision effect.
So even after you've been captured,
Okay.
you can be like a little ghost.
So that's not that like game changing, but it's pretty good. Oh, Steph, thank you so much for gifting a membership, and Justin, congratulations on the membership. You're trying to give it to Dante. I wish you could pick.
Trying to help your teammates
Thanks for the
by
membership,
disrupting the
though.
hunter.
I appreciate it.
That's pretty fun. And at least you won't have to sit there
Fire
and just
again.
watch the rest of the match anymore.
Fire. Oh my gosh. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Exactly, but what does the hunter get this time? I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
Some new windward arts have been added for both the hunter and the rebels. The hunter will now be able to use the hunter's
Nice. Thank you, Steph. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
net. This net can be thrown and will remove any rebel disguises within its range, and will notify the hunter that a rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net, it'll be destroyed and the hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Okay.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. The skill rebels used in previous versions of the game to place beacons can now only be used by players in observer mode. However, the rebels will be able to use an all-new concealing beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon. All players, including your rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible. If the concealing beacon is destroyed by the hunter, then the hunter will have their vision obscured for a short time. Sounds pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds really OP.
So even if you end up being captured by the hunter at the start of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And, did I mention Primo Gems and other rewards? The good stuff. So be sure to check it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends. Okay, our next event is a combat-based event.
Time for some combat!
Ooh,
In a
combat event.
forbidden place warded by dust and sand, mysterious foes have assembled lines of fortifications to stop your coming.
Ooh.
That's right, a new edition of Misty Dungeon will arrive in version
Okay.
3.3. Stoked.
Sweet.
But this time around, there will be a total of 7 trials with different themes awaiting you in the Misty Dungeon. Each has a different leyline disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their teams according to the disorder's effects and the distribution of enemies.
Okay.
There will also be trial characters for you to select from as well.
Cool.
After entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete
People get to
3
try out
challenges to
Nahida.
collect ancient runes.
If you didn't pull her.
After collecting power from 3 ancient runes, we can power up the control array and proceed to the final challenge. Also, throughout the trial, additional benediction mechanisms and challenges will appear. Travelers may choose to interact with these to increase the leyline disorder's effects
Oh my gosh.
or revive and heal your team.
You know,
This
if it
looks
were up
like
to me,
the
I'd say
Labyrinth
just
event.
Go for all the challenges.
This looks like the
I know,
Labyrinth
but
event.
Travelers should keep in mind that the challenge objective for each trial might be different, so be sure to check the objective and aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards, travelers can look forward to winning Primo
Oh, this
Gems
looks
and
fun.
other various prizes.
That one looks really fun.
Ooh,
I'm
I
excited
like
for that.
prizes.
And last but not least, version 3.3 will also have leyline overflow events. Travelers can look forward to saving their resin and earning more Mora and
Where's the TCG? Is that coming?
experience books.
Nice, that's awesome. That'll be great for all the travelers out there still
I mean, I love
leveling up all
Leyline
their new
Overflow, but-
characters. And even if you don't need those resources now, it's always good to stock up and have more on hand, am I right?
Yeah. So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff.
In addition to the new version's limited time event,
Yes.
Version 3.3 will also be adding a new permanent game mode called Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG!
But before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code.
Y'all suck. No, I'm kidding. I love redemption codes. Anyway, we got those in the Discord, as mentioned before. If you haven't liked the stream already, please go ahead and drop me a like. It would help me out a lot. I'd appreciate that. I'm having a good time learning about all this stuff, and I am so excited to learn about TCG. I hope at the very end of this, I will let you know if I'm disappointed, or if I'm excited, or if I'm whatever. Damn, his face right there is so goofy. Okay. All right. Oh, boy.
Welcome back, everyone. During our journey into VAT, we've stumbled across
Alcaviades, hi, welcome. I hope I said that right. Alcaviades. I'm not sure.
several NPCs talking about a game called Genius Invocation TCG. So next, we'll introduce this card game that's been taking to VAT by storm. In the version 3.1 special program, we already revealed that Genius Invocation TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends. But there is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
No.
What a name.
No.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the Ibis King. During the match, the Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
Oh, God. Can you please not so clearly copy Yu-Gi-Oh? Can you please not make it literally Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, no.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Nice. Hang on, is it just me, or does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
Oh, come
You're right.
on.
It turns out that Yai Publishing House is about to release a hit light novel series based on Genius Invocation TCG.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a plug for Yai Publishing House.
Maybe. But anyway, that
You know that you absolutely know the reason they did that was because they want to bait all the Yu-Gi-Oh players that play Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. They want to bait them into Genshin, and so they're trying to they're like, hey, we're talking about something that we got a card game, and also the storyline. It's weird. It's almost like similar to Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I don't know. Maybe you should give it a try.
That's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's
The card game? Is that what TCG means? No, it means trading card game. You've never heard that before? Like Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, Pokemon TCG, trading card game? It's okay. All right.
probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
So while you were telling us about the story, I was over here researching the rules to the game. Basically, Genius Invocation TCG is a game where you use a constructed deck of cards to duel against an opponent. The objective is to defeat all of your opponent's character cards.
That's right.
Also,
Okay.
there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact's gameplay, so it shouldn't
That
be
looks
too
sick.
hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw
Oh,
some
yeah, the
elemental
bird.
reactions in the gameplay.
Yup, a constructed deck must contain character cards. And as you might
What?
expect, these character cards have a normal attack, an elemental skill, and an elemental burst.
That's so
So when a
cool.
character card deals elemental damage to an enemy, it will cause them to be affected by that element. Then, you can switch to a character card of a different element and use their abilities to trigger an elemental reaction.
Wait, did you guys notice that there are even monster character cards? Can we even make a deck of, just the monsters from the game?
You're really getting into this, Max.
Heck yeah, I am! I like card games!
Who doesn't?
So in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you
Okay.
and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice. Each of these elemental dice can have any one of 8 elemental attributes.
Hold on, but there's only 7 elements in the world of Teyvat.
Ready.
You're right. So, in addition to the 7 standard elements, there's also one called the Omni element. The elemental dice required for a character card to perform an action correspond to the character's element. So, for example, a Pyro character like D-Luke needs either Pyro or Omni elemental dice to perform an action. Clear now?
Oh.
Yep,
Okay.
crystal clear.
Okay.
Also, elemental dice can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While
Oh,
playing
gosh.
Genius
I'm
Invocation
confused.
TCG, travelers can earn player
Look, they got a cat. Dual Saint of Cats.
experience, which will increase your player level. As your level increases, you'll be able to challenge more characters and NPCs. By completing
That's so cool.
challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards, or other rewards. Lucky coins can be exchanged in the event shop for cards, or can even unlock dynamic skins for certain cards.
Dynamic skins? Those are cards that have moving illustrations, right?
That's right! All character cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool bonus animation whenever you cast that character's elemental burst.
Cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
And if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After reaching a high enough player level, you'll even unlock a matchmaking mode. So be sure to give it a try.
Matchmaking
Travelers
mode.
should note that playing against your friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax. It's all just for fun. Okay, that's everything we have for Genius Invocation TCG, and that brings us to the end of today's special program.
Oh.
So, what did you think?
Why does it have to be over? There's so much that...
Okay, I'm sorry. They're gonna talk for the rest of it. Not me, who's just gonna get Hu Tao and then quit the card game. So I challenge you to a duel. All right, I'm gonna go back here real quick. I wanna. Oh my gosh, it's so grainy. Okay, so I just wanted to look at this. Player level, start a tavern card challenge, viewed the card shop commodities. Okay, so that looks pretty basic. So it says player levels, so you gotta level it up. Unlocked character cards. Open world match challenge objective read. So it looks like to level up, you have to collect cards and also complete challenges. And then I wanted to look at the shop. Okay, you've got purchase cards, provisions, and skins. So you've got equipment cards, support cards, and event cards. I'm guessing event cards are going to be cards that are limited. Oh, I don't know. Oh, look, there's more now. Character cards, equipment cards. Oh, that's for the skins. Okay. I don't know if we really saw anything else.
A dynamic.
Yeah, I don't think we really saw anything else. There's the dice. Oh, yeah, this guy. Okay, so when you beat the people, you get coins, and you spend those coins. Hold on. In this shop. Now, see, this is the thing. They didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm blocking it. You see how it says purchase provisions right here? Like special action cards? Okay. You see the purchase provisions right there in the middle?
The event shop.
They didn't show that tab. And I'd be wondering if that's where you get, like, if that's like the teapot shop, you know what I mean? The realm currency shop where we buy stuff in our teapot. That's like support cards. No, because there's a section for support cards right here. I'm talking about the tab that says purchase provisions. I think that maybe that might be like
For cards.
Might be like how we get stuff. I don't know. I'm a little unsure here. It's a little different than I thought it was going to be. They really didn't give us enough information for me to understand exactly how this works and how we earn rewards, or if there are rewards beyond the cards. Because right now, I'm not sure if... Here, I'm going to switch to face cam. Right now, I'm not sure. I hope it's not spending real cash. No, you don't. They already said it's free. It's free. That's not even in doubt. There's no question about that. It's TCG. The trading card game is 100% free. The thing that I'm trying to figure out is if we get resin or if we get primo gems from doing this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? If that provision tab has like resin or something, if it's like the Teapot Realm Shop. But how do we continuously earn currency? Because you don't earn currency from co-op or like PvP, right? So how do you can you fight people multiple times? Like, I don't really, like, can you just infinitely farm the coins? Do you have a limit? Can you earn every skin? Do you have to pick and choose what skins you want for the cards? Because the card skins were like 4,000 coins. And if you have a limited amount of coins, then that's really tragic, because then you're only going to be able to get like one skin that you want. But that doesn't make sense. Like, it's completely free, so there's no reason for them to let you be able to farm the coins. But how do you farm the coins? Weekly resets for NPCs? That's what I was kind of thinking. They're like a weekly reset. I really hope that we can play against actual characters. Like, I would love to play against like Yoimiya or Ito or someone like that. You know what I mean? Like, I was kind of thinking before the live stream, I was thinking that there was going to be, in every tavern, there was going to be like a card table, and then there would be an NPC sitting there, like a character or something. Maybe they might gate it for AR levels. Interesting. I wonder how many of each card they'll let us craft. Because in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's limited to 3, then the whole deck can only have 60 cards. I don't know. That's interesting, though. We learned a little bit about it. I'm excited that there's a matchmaking system. That's the one thing that I learned that I think is kind of huge. Having a matchmaking system is pretty big. Like, that takes a lot of the work out of people. Like, I know some people are gonna want to like randomly join people's co-op worlds and try to match, like, do TCG matches with them, but I think it's cool to have a matchmaking system. It speeds things up. It cuts out the social parts. If people don't want to be social about it, they don't have to. They can just fight people in TCG. And it also makes it so it's just something you can go do. Like, you can just walk up to the board, go into matchmaking, and just do TCG. Yeah, there's a leaderboard, which I don't know how that's going to work, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't really understand how this works yet. Like, the overall system is still a little confusing to me. I kind of understand. I understand the game individually, like, as it is right now, but that means you can continuously play the card game if you want. Yeah, exactly. There's no downtime on it or whatever, probably. There's probably downtime on rewards, but there's no downtime on co-op. So that's good. I don't know. I'm still confused about... Wait, they said no leaderboard? No, they said that there was no leaderboard for PvP. They said for PvP. I think there might be a leaderboard for PvE. They didn't say specifically. Did I cut my hair? No. I'm wearing a bun. All right. That was pretty cool. Overall, I think that it's going to be a huge patch. We have a lot of events. We have a lot of stuff going on. Scaramouche looks really cool. Wanderer looks really fun. I can't help. I'm going to have to pull the character that flies. I have to. He freaking flies. And then also Farazan is an Anemo support, so like I absolutely have to pull her. There's no question asked. Like, it is a must-have situation, so that's just the way it is. You're gonna pull for him too. Cool. Yeah, he looks cool. He looks cool. I'm excited for it. The flying is neat. It'll help a lot with the flying enemies. He's got, you know, special wind bait. Will I be pulling for his weapon too? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not sure, but kind of doubt it. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. I mostly just want Faruzan and Skara, so I feel like all my primo gems are gonna. I don't have enough primo gems to go for a weapon. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to go for just the banner, unless I got like super lucky and got every like C6 Faruzan and Skara and just like 0 pulls. You know, like in like one temple or something. But like, I don't know. I'll probably end up spending most of it on. Okay, kind of what I'm thinking at this point is I'm gonna spend my hard-earned Fremo gems on Scaramouche and Faruzan, and then I will just probably end up wailing for Dia because I really want Dia, but she's probably gonna be like next patch or something, and that's gonna be fun. I might actually pull him instead of saving for Raiden C2. Already have C1 Raiden since there's no endgame content. I mean, you don't need C2 Raiden even if there was endgame content. We have endgame content. It's called Spiral Abyss, and it's easy. So, yeah, no one has, like, here, I'm just going to be honest with you, Ray. No one has ever needed C2 Raiden. Ever. And you probably won't ever need it. If you pull a C6 character, like a C6 5-star, you are wasting your money in primo gems, and it is overpowered on purpose. Actually, a lot of people, if you're not a whale, like a lot of people who don't whale don't understand this, but C6ing a unit can ruin the fun of the game. Like a lot of the reason a lot of these people are complaining so much about how easy the game is because they overbuild their characters, and they also C6 R5 everything. Like all of these people complaining about how easy the game is. Like, yes, the game is very easy, but it's also way too easy if you C6 R5 everything. C6 Yelan solo everything. Exactly. Like you don't need to, you don't like, that's why I get mad when people like, when Raiden came out and everyone was like, oh my gosh, she's awful at C0. You need her C2. You need her C2. Like, what? Who? Who needs what? It doesn't make any sense. That's so dumb. She's fine at C0. Spoiler alert. You know what I mean? What's the point of having a team? If you C6 Elan, nothing. That's what I'm saying. Is that like, it's a waste of money and primo gems. Like, you never want, like, do you guys notice how I don't go over like C2 with my characters? Do you want to know why I don't take characters over like C2, except for like Kazuha and Shenhe? Is because it makes the game too easy. It makes the game less fun. It makes it boring when you one-shot everything all the time. Everyone thinks they want that massive power, but then you get it and you're like, oh, now the game's so boring and too easy and I can't even do a full rotation in Spiral Abyss because everything dies. And it's like, you did that to yourself. Like, sorry. So my advice is to never, ever, ever C6 a 5-star. Don't ever do it. Never. Not ever. Don't ever, ever do it. Ever. Unless you're willing to give that character like a 1-star weapon to like make them balanced. And even then, with a 1-star weapon, they're probably still stronger than a C0. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some music. There we go. Stev says he will C6 R5 Hu Tao. I just think that's such a bad idea. Like, you can do whatever you want. I don't give a crap what you guys do with your accounts. I'm just telling you what I do with my account, because to me, going over like C2 R1 is too much power. It's just not fun anymore. The game is not fun when you just destroy everything in 1 second. Hu Tao C6 is conditional, too much restrictions. I know, Stev thinks that, Stev just wants to give everything to Hu Tao. He's a Hu Tao main. You think I have the gems for that? No, I know you don't have the gems for that. You don't even play Genshin. Of course you don't have the gems for that. But I knew if you did, you would. Also takes the fun out of getting lucky on pulls. Well, I'm not talking about just whaling. Like, I'm talking about building your characters too much. Like, you don't have to hyper invest into characters. You know what I mean? You don't have to. There's no reason. There's no reason. All right, well, I'm not gonna lie. I learned a lot from that live stream, but there's also I have a lot of questions. I'm really curious about what Skara's 5-star artifact does, because we haven't gotten a new 5-star catalyst artifact. I mean, catalyst. We haven't gotten a new 5-star catalyst in a long time, so I'm interested. And by I mean a new catalyst. I mean like a good new catalyst, like one that's like universally good. So we'll see. And Skara is like a DPS, so. But Mr. Flo, C6 Xiao is fun when at least 2 enemies are alive. True. I mean, it's fun. Sure, a little bit. But then it gets boring. Hence why niche characters are actually good, because since they are weak, they make you kill enemies slower. That is such a bad take that you're like twisting. I feel like you're making fun of me, but I feel like you just misinterpreted a viewpoint that I have to try to make me look bad. So I don't know if that was meant to be that. That's kind of how it came off. I do, you know what? Actually, here's a hot take. I'll say it out loud and you guys will get mad at me, but I don't care. I think that it's good that they've been releasing characters that do less damage, that are generally like, if you want to call them weaker than other characters, sure. Cool, good, yeah. Because like characters like Chongyun are actually stronger now than they were at the beginning of the game, because there are more characters that are weaker than characters like Chongyun now than there were at the beginning of the game. So adding characters like Dory and Kuki and these characters that are like supports that don't really do a lot of damage, they bring value to characters like Chongyun, who are a support but also do good damage, because that's not something that every support does now. Does that make sense? So yeah, releasing weaker characters is great. I love it. They should just release characters that faceplant when they take the field. That was a joke. I do love and want to R5 my Ito, but I can see why it might be overkill. It is overkill. I mean, the C6 alone is overkill. Like the R5 is extra overkill. Like, here's the funny thing about it is you spent all those primo gems to be able to do infinite charge attacks, but when you have a C6 R5 Ito, you need like 4 or 5 charge attacks, which is the normal limit of charge attacks. Like you actually, like the C6 technically isn't doing anything because you kill everything so fast that you don't need the C6. Is that fun? Does that make sense? Isn't that funny? I think that's funny. It's honestly gotten to the point of aesthetics, lore. If you like the new characters' looks and personality, you will enjoy playing them more. I mean, yes and no. I think that people, you know what really bothers me is that people are so focused on the nitty-gritty balance of the game, but I'm telling you, the balance of the game is good. Even these characters like Dory and Kuki, I know people say they're underwhelming and they just suck and stuff like that. In my opinion, the reason that people feel like they suck is because their standards are too high. They expect too much from these characters that like they just have out of just ridiculous expectations. And I just don't think it makes sense. Of course, I think it's good that they put a lot of effort into aesthetics and lore, but I think that the general train of thought, like a lot of people think that they're sacrificing gameplay. Like they're like, oh, they don't care about how they do in combat. They just don't give a shit. Like all they care about is how the character looks, and they're just gonna develop a pretty character, and all they care about is the aesthetics. I think that's wrong. I think that's like fundamentally not correct. But I do think that it's good that they're not just dumping characters out that are constantly stronger than other characters. And I don't care how much people make fun of my viewpoint that niche characters are good, or that they shouldn't be dumping out characters that are constantly overpowered. But like, that's the other scenario. So like we can either have these niche characters where occasionally one comes out and you're like, I don't really need that character. So that's one situation. The other situation is to have characters come out where you're like, every character that comes out is like Farazan or Skara, or like these characters that are like Hu Tao or Ganyu, or like these just, I don't know anything about Skara or Farazan as far as damage, so I can't even say that. But I'm just saying, like the other situation, like either we have occasional niche units that you don't want, or we have every character comes out is better than a character you already have, and you have infinite FOMO. Just infinite FOMO. Just you will never be good enough. You will never have the strongest character. You will never have the team that you actually want to have, because even if you pull the character that is available this patch, the next patch there's going to be a character that is even better than the character that you just pulled. So you should actually never pull, because actually, you know what's really funny? Never mind. It's like never mind. I'm just rambling. I'm rambling. Point is, I think the way they're doing it is pretty much the best way that they can do it. They're going about it the best way they can. And people want to crap on it, but I honestly don't think any of you could balance the game better than they can. So if you want to poo-poo on them, that's fine. But it's like complaining about a football player doing a bad job when you can't even run down like to your kitchen to like grab a sandwich. Like you're exhausted running to your kitchen to grab a sandwich, and you're gonna complain about a football player not doing the correct move while being chased by 3 other huge men. All right. How dare you, Flo? I'm seething with rage. If face planting like a plunge attack, I'm all for it. Actually, you know Mika, that one character who's like super shy, wouldn't it be funny if he does that? I was thinking about that. Like what if he like face plants when he takes the field? I think all the units are fun in the game. Yeah, like fun is the most important part. I think that's the thing that people miss. They get so obsessed with the math and the details and everything like that. But like, guys, fun is the most important thing. And the new characters are really fun to play for the most part, in my opinion. All right, let me see what you guys say in here. It's like real life, everyone is different, it makes it fun. Yes, Justin, thank you for saying that. It's like real life, everyone is different, it makes it fun. Yes, not everyone in real life is a C6 R5 main DPS. Like you may think that you are the best character in the game because you're your own main character, and so you're obsessed with yourself. But I'm sorry to say it, you're probably just a crappy support. You're probably just a crappy off-field support character that does nothing. I'm sorry. I hate to be that way. But like you gotta be real about it. Like not everyone is an amazing, overpowered person. Like that's reality. And like I think that honestly, one of the saddest things about fantasy and stuff like that are power fantasies. People get really obsessed with power fantasies, and I think it's really cool that Genshin, there are powerful characters, but they put a limit on itself. Like we have yet to see a character nuke the entire planet. You know how in animes they always have that like that shot where like it's like 5 seasons in, right? It's like 5 seasons in and they've run out of ways to make it seem epic when someone does damage to another person. So they have this shot where like you just see the entire planet and then this giant nuke mushroom cloud that goes like, and then it zooms back in and the character's like on the floor, like twisted up and dead or whatever. Like, have we seen that in Genshin yet? No, because they've made sure to keep a balance on the power fantasy so that when we see a character do something impressive, it feels impressive, and they don't just constantly overshadow that over and over to make it so that they have to make a bigger and bigger display every single time to give you the same excitement that you felt when you saw the, you know what I mean? Does this make sense? I think it makes sense. All right. Okay. IRL, I'm the first 3-star character. That's funny. Embrace NPC mentality. True. But like, we gotta be real. Like, I'm not trying to pump you up for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be real with you. Like, that's always how I am. I'm a nice person. I like to be kind to people, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not one of those toxic positivity people where I'm gonna constantly tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? All right. When we get, Alina says, but when we get the stronger units, they will become the new standard. That's true. Like, when we get C6R5 Yelan, like when C6 Yelan came out, everyone freaked out because she was like the first character in forever that was actually stronger than whatever else or whatever. Yeah, like that. There's still moments like that. We still have characters that come out that break the mold, but they do it less often. And I think that's the important part. There will be no more 4-star universal support, only limited in 5-star. I believe the Pyro Archon is going to power creep Bennett and Zhongli, or a combination of both. That's interesting. I do think that Pyro Archon is going to be an interesting character for sure. It's going to say a lot about the balance of the game based on how they develop the Pyro Archon. Chased. Oh, American football. I got so confused. Oh, yes. Yes. For you European or other, yeah, for you European people, football is where you got the pig skin and you're running down the field and there's some dude chasing you. I was watching football yesterday at my family's house when we were eating Thanksgiving, and this dude was like, this guy caught the ball, right? He's running. This guy came after him and his head was like right here because the guy was like sprinting real low. The dude just put his hand on the guy's head and just swatted him down. Like, he's running, the guy comes after him and he just bong. And it just, I don't know why, but I want to watch that as a GIF over and over. It's just so funny. We are probably just NPCs. Hi everyone. Hi Kurokar. Good to see you. Mob Psycho has 100, has a great outlook on that. I don't know who that is. You'll have to, you can like send me a video or something if you want. That would be cool. I'd be interested in that. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has flaws. True. Yeah, everyone becomes One Punch Man. Exactly. And if everyone was One Punch Man, the game would not be fun. Even he says he has no fun since he's too powerful. Yeah. Yes to me, Diluc moves still feel the most powerful. Nice. Fun fact, supports actually are more powerful than DPS in Genshin. Well, no, yeah, of course. Of course. Supports are the most important characters in the game. This is support impact. It's not Genshin impact. It's support impact. The irony is that Hu Tao in lore is actually a pacifist and not even good at fighting. Shenhe is super strong and powerful, but it's just a support. Yeah, see, that is funny. But they've gotten better at stuff like that. Lore has nothing to do with actual gameplay. It does a little bit, but it's not like always direct. You know what I mean? Like, it is true. Like, some characters have lore implications in their kits, but it's not like 100%. You know what I mean? Exhausted Axolotl, just stopping in to drop my like on the stream. See you later. Oh, see you later. Hope you're having a good time. Bro said no. Exactly. You just denied the guy so hard. The guy face planted right in the AstroTurf. It was so funny. How dare you call our football your football? Support will never die. Main DPS will get replaced easily. Yeah, it's like the thing about Genshin Impact is that like supports are the glue for the team, and then the DPS is just like your flavor. You know what I mean? Like, your DPS is just like your flavor of the month. It's just, they're just like honestly, the difference between drivers and DPS is so little that it's almost indistinguishable at this point. You have a driver and you have a DPS, they do the same thing. They just stand on field and go like this, while the supports go like, you know, like shoot all their big damage stuff. Support unit can even be a DPS as well. Yeah, exactly. Like off-field DPS, like Yelan, Xingqiu, like so many, like Zhongling, like they do as much damage as a main DPS, which is why quick swap works in Genshin. Quick swap would not work if off-field DPS couldn't keep up with a main hyper carry, which I think is actually a really good design perspective from Genshin Impact. Like I think that like not having to rely on a hyper carry all the time is a really cool game design. You know what I mean? I like that. It's interesting. Quick swap teams, I think, are really interesting. It's not something you see in most RPGs, I think. Sucrose Taser. Exactly. Exactly, like Sucrose Taser. Like, she's basically a hyper carry in that team, but she's actually a driver. But like the difference is so little. You know what I mean? Like, what? Just because she's facilitating the damage rather than doing all the damage, like, does it even matter? Like, she's the one on field wiggling. You know, good impression. Thanks. All right. Yeah. Well, that was pretty much it. I'm excited. I'm gonna keep my eye on the Twitter and see if we get any more. Let me see if they've, since I've started streaming and stuff, let me see if they've dropped anything that I can look at post stream, because I want to, have they dropped the banners? Have they announced the full banners yet? No. We've got a new character introduction. Okay, so no, they really haven't tweeted anything super new yet. It's just all the stuff from the live stream. I think over the next couple days, we'll be getting stuff about the weapons, about the actual banners, and yeah. TCG can't wait for actual gameplay. Same. I can't wait to actually get my hands on it and look at the actual system itself. I'm gonna sneeze. Anyway, I can't wait to look at the actual system, see how it all works, see how the leveling system works, collecting cards, everything. They were actually more vague than I thought they were gonna be. I figured we were gonna get a lot more information. Thank you, Nat. I appreciate that. But I suppose they really just want us to experience it for ourselves. They don't want to just like dump information at us constantly. So that's fine. Thank you guys for the bless yous. I appreciate that. So I talked about this in a prior stream. I wanted to talk about this now. Also the plot, but I haven't even started the Sumeru story. Ooh, you got a long road ahead of you, my friend. You got a long road ahead of you. What's actually funny about Genshin is that people complain about there not being a grind, but the grind is getting through the story, which is actually good. So it's like a fun grind. I love it. It's like having to binge watch your favorite TV show and then get rewarded for it. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, yes. Okay. I know that I've been covering Genshin exclusively for like an entire year now, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm thinking that I'm going to start doing a little bit of variety content here soon. Okay, mostly because I'm not burned out on Genshin, but I don't know how to say it. It's like streaming the same game every time and always putting out content on the same game does get a little old. And like, I've been doing Genshin content for a whole year. I don't know. I think I need to freshen things up a little bit. I think I need to try some new stuff. I think I just need to break out of the mold that I've been in recently. And I think a good way of doing that will be trying some new content. I've been playing some single player games on the side. Like, I'm always playing games other than, like, I play Genshin every day, but I also play, you know, lots of games on the side. Cover the new God of War games. I'm not really into God of War. It's okay to try different games. Yeah, especially because, like, you know, I really want to grow my channel, guys. Like, I want to go full time. I want to be a full time content creator, and I've been struggling. I've spent a whole year here on YouTube and I'm only at 1.5k subs. Gmo has been doing Genshin for a whole year and is at 80k. So like the rift between me and him is massive, and it's just sad. Like I want, if I don't hit full time, at some point I have to quit. That's just the sad reality of it. If I don't get big enough, like, I'll just have to quit. And I don't know when, you know, like, the clock's a ticking is all I'm saying. Like, yeah, so I'm gonna try some stuff. I've been playing Zero Seaver, that came out recently. That's pretty fun. I've been enjoying the heck out of that. I play a lot of Project Zomboid. I think Project Zomboid could be a really fun thing to do content on, because like I can just make a character and it's like a really unique game. Any horror streams? No, I don't really like horror games. I like survival games a lot. I just bought Cyberpunk 2077 was on sale, so I bought it. I've never played it, so like maybe that could be a game I could go through. I just bought Dead Cells and all the DLCs because that was on sale. It's like a 2D roguelite platformer action RPG. I mean, I've got a number of games over here that I could play for you guys. Cover Dragon's Dogma. I'll cover the new one for sure. I would love to cover the new Dragon's Dogma. Do we have any information about that? Like, do we have a release date or any information about the second Dragon's Dogma? Because I loved the first one. It's a very good game. But I'm curious about what you guys think. Would you, for new content, I was thinking about doing maybe some Let's Play kind of stuff. Cyberpunk is pretty good. About a couple hours in, it's so fun. They fixed the optimization issue so it doesn't look weird. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad it doesn't function too poorly on your Xbox. Yeah. I heard that they fixed a lot of the bugs, so that's why I bought it. Like, I've watched some videos, people talking about how Cyberpunk has gotten a lot better. I refused to buy it when it came out. Like, on principle, I don't pre-order games. I never pre-order games anymore. I think that pre-ordering games is toxic. And so, like, when Cyberpunk came out and everyone was upset about it, I was like, I'm not gonna buy this game. Like, I'm not gonna support them. Like, this is crazy. Like, they released a totally unfinished product. Like, literally just totally unfinished, and they just dropped it. And they lied about it too. So it's kind of like a No Man's Sky situation. You know what I mean? Where like the game released and it sucked, but now it's actually really good. Like, I bought No Man's Sky maybe a year or two ago, and I love No Man's Sky. It's such a good game, but I can understand why people hated it when it came out, because it was garbage when it came out. It's just like, on principle, like, I'm not gonna buy a bad game. You know what I mean? When I was a little kid, I had limited money to spend on games, so I would like look at, oh my gosh, this is so crazy to think. You're gonna see my age as soon as I say this. Back in the day, we would make sure that we got our Game Informer magazines, because we would read the reviews in the Game Informer magazines after, like, a week after the game had come out, in order to make sure that the reviewers had gotten the game and it was good, so that we could go get the game and buy it and know that it's a good game. Game Informer magazine, oh my god. I'm so old. Project Zomboid, maybe upload an edited video for a pilot episode. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking about doing like a Project Zomboid or a Zero Seaver Let's Play. You know what I mean? Like, I'll start a new character on Zero Seaver or a new character on Project Zomboid, and I'll just record like 30 minutes of gameplay, like an hour of gameplay, and then I'll edit it a little bit just to cut out like the small breaks I take or something like that. And then I'll upload it as a Let's Play. That way you guys like, I feel like if I do it that way, it won't interfere with Genshin. You know what I mean? Because I can still make Genshin content. I can still record Genshin content. I can still do Genshin streams, but I would also have Let's Plays on my channel that you guys could watch if you wanted to get a little bit of variety. You know what I mean? and it would make my uploads more consistent. Yeah, not sure if it's a stream game. I don't think it's really, I could stream Project Zomboid, but I think that it's more fun. What I like doing, okay, so there's this one guy, I don't know if you guys watch any YouTubers that do Project Zomboid, but there's this one guy called Private Lime. I think that's his name, Private Lime. And he does, what he does is he comes up with like specific challenges or like role plays for a character. So he's like, I'm gonna play a character that's deaf, or I'm gonna play a character that's a veteran, or I'm gonna play a character that's, you know, and then they go into the game and they just do a whole series about one character. It's like following the character's life, you know, in the zombie apocalypse. It's really cool. It's fun. It's interesting because Zomboid has so much random stuff that can happen and so many like variables going on. Like it's interesting. I'm into Let's Plays a lot, so it's a win for me. Can you guys give me a general yes, no? Would you guys like that kind of stuff? It's kind of like making people from D&D. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of GURPS, generic universal role-playing system. Project Zomboid functions a lot like GURPS. It has a lot of RPG tabletop elements to it, which is really cool in a video game. Like, you pick traits, and then those traits have a deep impact on everything that your character does, which is really cool. Upload a Bloodborne Elden Ring Let's Play. See, I've already like played Elden Ring a lot though. It's the thing. It's like, I think Let's Plays are better when it's a game that you haven't played. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, which is good. I mean, Project Zomboid's a little different because that game has an insane learning curve. Like, I've played Project Zomboid for 833 hours. I would feel like the first 400 hours of Project Zomboid was me dying over and over learning how to play the game. So except for games like that, like obviously Project Zomboid, I'm not going to go in blind with that because you just die instantly. But for other games, like let's see here, I have Hollow Knight. I've literally never played Hollow Knight. I own it, but I've never watched gameplay, and I've never played Hollow Knight. Yeah, I've got Cyberpunk. I've got Dead Cells, which I just got. Zero Sievert, I've been playing a little bit. That's another one of those games that you can't really go blind into because you just die. Yeah, like Let's Plays. Play it now. I would be fun to, I think doing a Let's Play would be fun. Would be down to watch Hollow Knight. Somehow never seen gameplay either. Okay. Play it now. You will unmember. Hey, okay, how about this? I'll do Let's Plays, and maybe I'll start with Hollow Knight. Because I've never touched the game. It's completely blind. Same, I actually uninstalled Elden Ring some months ago. It's just dry after the first couple you play for the Ronnie Best Girl, but bro, I need some DLC. I'm gonna play again. Big Red, that's a big mood. I've been seeing a lot of people saying the same thing. It's like, I think Elden Ring is too long. I think it's too big. I think that they should have gone for more quality over quantity, if that makes sense. Like, I love Elden Ring. I think it's a great game. I still love it. But I do think that, like, the best part of Elden Ring are the legacy dungeons. Anyone disagree? I don't think so. The legacy dungeons are the most interesting, challenging, and intriguing parts of the entire game. And I think there's too much dead space in the overworld. I think if they had removed one or two areas, like if they had completely removed a couple areas in the game and instead added a couple more legacy dungeons, even if they're just completely optional, like there's no Great Rune Bearer at the end, it's just like a legacy dungeon for the sake of a legacy dungeon. I think the game would have been better, actually. I think it would have been better if it was shorter. It's too long. I think by the time you beat Elden Ring, there's almost no way you're not burnt out. Like, I put probably 180 hours. Wait, no, I put way more hours than that my first playthrough. My first playthrough was like almost 300 hours on Elden Ring. It's a lot. There's a new game called Tunic. It's like Hollow Knight, but 3D 8-bit time again. Okay, I'll look into it. Project Zomboid is so weirdly comfy to watch. Maybe if you're familiar with the game. It is kind of weirdly comfy to watch because Project Zomboid is so stressful to play. It's like insanely stressful to play, but it's very fun to watch people play it. It's so interesting, especially when people are good at it and they like actually know how to do things quickly without taking 5 years. I get it, and the bosses in open world are either super weak or a repeat of another boss. Exactly. I think they should have removed a lot of the repeat bosses and just removed like a lot of the dungeons, a lot of the like crypts and stuff like that are more annoying than interesting. Like, I know that they're not supposed to be fun because it's like a dungeon, right? But like the dungeons are all so similar, and the only thing that really changes is how many traps are going to screw you over and how many enemies are going to, you know, bash you in the face. And it's just, you know, it just kind of gets like the dungeons get really old really fast. So I'm hoping the DLC, if they announce DLC for Elden Ring, I hope it brings new life into the game. I do think so. I think it will. I'm so late. Hope everyone be having us well time. Oh, hey Sundalo, it's good to see you. Yeah, we finished watching the live stream quite a while ago. We've just been chatting now. Just I've been talking about my channel and future plans for content, talking about how I think I might want to try doing some Let's Play content. I love covering Genshin, but I think it would be also fun for me to upload like series, like, you know, like we talked about Hollow Knight. I've never played Hollow Knight, so I could play Hollow Knight, record it, like my blind playthrough, and then just upload you know, Let's Plays. That'd be very cool. Cool. I have started the rabbit hole of the R&R quests. It is a long time. It's a lot of quests. I mean, I'm not even done with it. Have you guys ever seen Cave Story? Has anyone ever played Cave Story? Because I've played that game before, but I haven't played it in a long time. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that might be a fun one to stream. Oh my gosh, I love Cave Story. It came out in 2011. Oh no. I'm so old. Why do I not own Cave Story? I should buy that probably. You've heard of it, but you never tried it. It's got a really good story, and it's like the storytelling is very ambient. Like a lot of the storytelling is done through the environment and through things, and there's multiple endings. Like it's a very good game. It's very good. It's got great music too. I played it eons ago, like 10 years ago, but I haven't played it in a long time, so that might be a fun one. One of your favorite kinds of storytelling? Cool. Like there's so much. The first time I played through Cave Story, I had no idea what was happening, but then as I kind of like kept going, I was like, oh my gosh. Detroit Become Human. Yeah, I've never played that one. There are a lot of games that I've never played. That's a good thing. I've been a lifelong gamer, but I'm a little bit particular, and so I don't always try like every new game, you know what I mean? I usually just stick to the stuff I like. So there's a lot of games that I haven't played that a lot of people have played, which is great. I just bought Cave Story. I don't know why I don't have that game. I had it forever ago, but I think I played it on my brother's Steam account when I was a kid. Yeah, Cave Story is on sale right now too. If you guys have never seen or heard of it, there's this thing called Cave Story Plus. It's like the remake of the game. It's like an HD remaster. You can buy it's like $11 right now. It's originally $15, but it's like 25% off. So it's such a good game if you feel like grabbing it. Also, I'm seeing a lot of really cool fan art. I'm like scrolling through the community section, and there's like a ton of really cool fan art for this game. Aww. Some of that is so cute. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Batman Arkham Knight? Maybe. I've never been I played Arkham Asylum. Was that the first one? I don't remember. I played the first one of those Dark Knight games. But I never beat it. I never beat it. I like watching different games. I can't afford to try many myself most days. Okay. I get that. I get that. Yeah, so, okay, so you guys would be down with that. It sounds like everyone would be down with that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start doing Let's Plays. I promise you guys. I'm not just blowing hot air. I'm going to do that. I've got to figure out what the schedule is going to be like for it, but it should be chill. It's an option if I'm up to it. Yeah, I'm up to it. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to start branching out. I've been doing YouTube for an entire year, and I think it'll breathe new life into my, like, you guys know how I feel about Genshin. Like, if you've been watching me for for longer than a couple weeks, you get it. I think you get it. I think you understand how I feel about Genshin and stuff. And I'm sure you guys love watching me chat about Genshin and talk about it and play and stuff, but also, like, it'll help bring in new people to the community. It'll help bring in new people to the Discord. I think it's overall just a good thing. Time to grow many new branches. Exactly. And the worst thing that can happen is it'll kill my channel. No, it won't kill my channel. I think variety only kills a channel if you like half-ass it, basically. All right, I'm not gonna stop streaming just yet. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit, but I do need to grab some tea. I'm very thirsty and my tea is out. So I will be right back. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. It's not raining here. Oh my gosh, I just realized I haven't eaten breakfast or taken my medication yet. And I need to do that. So I probably will go for another, I don't know, a little bit here, and then I'll probably wrap up. Yeah, but I am excited for the future of my channel. I'm excited to try to pump out more content and hopefully get the channel to grow. I do appreciate everyone that has been here watching and hanging out. It's been a great time. You are all great people. And yeah. Have you guys seen Aranara Paimon? Aranara Paimon is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome. If you haven't done the new web event for Genshin, it like dropped today. There's like a new web event, and oh my gosh, it's so horrifying. It's so awful. Oh my gosh. I can't unsee it. It's gonna live in my dreams. I mean, my nightmares. You adore the web event. That makes one of us. No, it's cute and all, but also, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just terrifying that Aranara Paimon. It's the face. It's mostly the face. It's just so bad. Or not bad, but you know what I mean. It's oof. Truly beautiful nightmare. It is amazing, truly beautiful nightmare fuel. Exactly. All right. Well, I'm probably gonna hop out of here. If you have not joined the Discord, if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing and, you know, where my content is, because I know I'm not the most consistent YouTuber, and I apologize for that. I know that people love it when YouTubers post every day, and that's like a very comforting thing to know that your YouTuber is gonna post, like, you'll have a piece of content every day. I wish I could do that. It's just so difficult to put out that much content, especially since I don't have any help really, like, making the content, you know, like I gotta do it all myself because I'm so small as a YouTuber. But that's okay. We'll push through it. We'll get it. One day my channel will grow and be big, and this will be worth my time, like, monetarily. It's already worth the time for the fun. I have a lot of fun chatting with you guys, hanging out on stream, playing Genshin, doing all that stuff. Like, it's a blast, not gonna lie. But to make it worth my time monetarily, I definitely need to be a bigger channel. Your mental health is important. Thank you. I appreciate that, Alwina. Like, that is actually the situation. Like, for YouTubers, posting every day is bad for your mental health. It's stressful, and like, you gotta think, like, do you have time to edit and record a video every single day and then upload it to YouTube? Not a lot of us do. It's even if you don't have a lot going on in your life, it's still a lot to do. So yeah, trying to balance life and YouTube is a bit of a challenge. I'm hoping once my channel gets bigger, I'll be able to maybe hire some people to help me out so that I can be more consistent and I can upload more often without it being super stressful. But as for right now, I can only really post when I have the energy and the time. I talked about this recently in my, like, I think my last stream. I did like a just chatting stream. I've been struggling with my antidepressant. It's been hard. I've been feeling better lately, actually. The past like week or so has been a lot better, but for the past month or two, I've been feeling super aloof and complacent and just like very zombie-like. I'm sure you guys noticed even in my content that I felt that I looked or seemed kind of down or just like zonked out or just like whatever. But I've been working on it. Hopefully I'll be more energetic and I'll be able to get some more content out to you guys soon. I do have a couple videos recorded that I can edit and hopefully get those up soon. So I'm thinking of doing that this weekend and this next week. Seems like the world is on your shoulder. Yeah, I stress myself out a lot. That's true. It could be the fall winter mood. I mean, it's partially that, but it's also partially the antidepressant has been weighing me down a bit. It's been making me tired and all sorts of stuff. But I cut down my dose and now it's been better. All right. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna hop out of here. I'm getting hungry. I gotta take my meds before it's too late, or else I'm gonna get like a big headache. Yeah, thanks everyone. I appreciate you all so much. So much. And as always, stay healthy. Stay hydrated. Peace, everybody. Bye-bye.